Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash, aka the man, the myth, money making Mitch. Hey, listen, it's been a minute, but I'm here. Did you miss me? Huh? Did you miss me? That's what I want to know, man. It's Black History Month. Yeah, it's about to be over, but you know, I gotta give y'all this episode, man. I gotta touch on Black Pride. I gotta touch on it because I don't see a lot of people or enough people really touching on this topic, you dig? Black Pride, you feel me? This episode is dedicated to my mom's Eva Ferguson. She passed away 2014, September 22nd. She was born in 1960, February 28th. Her birthday is in the next couple of days. So you know I gotta celebrate that, right? Celebrate her life. So it's only right I dedicate this episode to her, man. Black History Month. Let's talk about the Black Queens. You feel me? Yeah, the Black Queens. I don't see enough people really discussing or giving props to the Black women, man. A lot of people ain't really giving no props to the Black woman, and so much they have accomplished, man, throughout the years, throughout the centuries, throughout the decades. They the mother of civilization, man. Come on. You dig? So if you niggas, that's hating on the Black woman and don't want to hear about the upliftment of Black people, the upliftment of Black men and women, because that's what I'm going to be touching on, then you might not want to rock with this particular episode, man. Because that's what I'm going to be touching on. I'm going to be touching on the upliftment of Black people, you dig? And we're going to talk about Black Pride, you know what I mean? But first, I got to let y'all know the swag report is on 10. It's only right I'm wearing all black. You dig? It's Black History Month. Of course, Black Prada frames. Of course, black suit, black turtleneck. Of course, we got the accessories. I got a new little, accessory added to my collection, a pinky ring. I proposed to myself and I said yes, you know what I mean? Yeah, I said yes, man. Got me a nice little Cassius King pinky ring, you feel me? All flooded out in big boogers, big diamonds, big rocks, and this are natural diamonds, not man-made diamonds. Natural diamonds, you dig? I ain't knocking you dudes who buy fake diamonds. Do what you do, man. I'ma do what I do, you dig? My vibration is high, and I keep it high, so I always wear, the real deal Holyfield. Of course, it's a double-breasted suit. I got my main man Prince with me. He's gonna lay on my suit because he like to do that. Anytime I put on something fly, he always gonna lay on my suit and try to interrupt my feng shui. But I'm not gonna let him interrupt my feng shui, man. As you know, I dropped a book called The Power of Thought. You know what I mean? As you know, if you haven't, then you need to go get that book ASAP. Of course, I revised that book, and it's, it's a new release, so you might not have the revised version yet. I doubt you do because it basically just, it just got out, you know what I mean? It just came out like right now while I'm speaking, you dig? You might not even know, that it's really out until you watch this video, so, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. And I got a new book called Tips on Relationships. That's out. I sold out already, and I'm backed up on orders. My next shipment won't be shipped out until March 16. That's what they're saying, but I'm trying to do something where I can get more books a little bit earlier. So for the people that are waiting on their books, just be patient. They will be shipped out. Trust me, it's worth the wait. All right? Tips on relationships. If you haven't got it, you need to go get it ASAP on Create a Steady Hustle or LikquidCash.com. All of the information will be in the description below. If you like my content and you want to see the unreleased content that is not on YouTube, check out my Patreon, all right? All you got to do is look up Create a Steady Hustle on Patreon. You will find your boy, or click the information in the description below. All of the information will be there at your beck and call whenever you want it to be at your fingertips, you dig? So support the platform, and I'm gonna keep on giving y'all this good content, you dig? It's yours truly. Like I said again, I'm feeling good, I'm smelling good, I'm looking good, ladies, I'm tasting good too, you dig? If you ever get a chance to do that, make it good, you know what I mean? Anyway, let me be safe, let me be cool, you dig? But listen, like I said, Black Pride, let's talk about it. Man, listen, man, there's so much to discuss. But let's first get into Madam C.J. Walker, man. Born Sarah Breed Love. Yeah, she was one of those people that you really need to dig deep and find out more about it. You feel me? Madam C.J. Walker, like I said, when she was born, her name was Sarah Breed Love. She was born in 1867. The mother of the hot cone. The mother of all of the shit that you see now, man. Everything that you see happening where people going door to door and doing all their sales pitching, all of that was her work, man. Yeah, Madam C.J. Walker, you dig? This was back in the days when they was really getting it out the mud. You know what I mean? The first female millionaire, man. Not the first black female millionaire. She was the first female millionaire in America, man. You dig? In the Jim Crow era. You feel me? Yeah, she got it out the mud for real. This what a black woman did. You know what I mean? She was going door to door. When you hear the terms, I ain't got nothing but $2 in a dream, that's her, man. She coined that phrase right there, man. $2 in a dream. That's how she made it, you dig? She was married at 14. She was a widow by the time she was 20. Single mom, out here trying to get it, make it on her own, trying to get it done. Yeah, Madam C.J. Walker, man, she was putting in that work. While everybody else bullshitting, she was putting in effort to make it out of the slums, man. You dig? It was real segregated back in those days, and she was she used to wash people clothes for $2. And she was dealing with a lot of stress and her hair fell out, and she was trying to figure out how to, cope with the situation. She took her $2 and she bought some, chemicals, and she started to mix some things up, and she created this thing to help her hair, to stay a little bit more healthy, and then to start working, and her hair started growing even more. Then she started selling the product to her friends, and she started to create different products. She had about 25 products in total, and she created the hot comb, man. You know what I mean? Help keep, people hair straight. Back in the days, they had the nigga naps, you know what I mean? Everybody here was nappy. That's just what it was, you feel me? They was black and nappy, but they also was happy, you feel me? And they was moving and grooving and doing their thing because they got that freedom, you feel me? Like I said again, this was right after the Civil War. So she was fresh out of that, slavery situation, man. At least her parents was. And like I said, she was born in the era when Jim Crow was at full effect. But she didn't let that stop her, man. Madam C.J. Walker definitely, took her ambition and made something out of nothing. She was the first female millionaire in America, man. And that's huge. That's big. This is what black women was doing back then. And also, Annie Malone. She was another one that was doing her thing. I heard from the grapevine, Madam C.J. Walker got the game from her. That's what I heard. I heard from the grapevine, she was the one that was really making the bank. And Madam C.J. Walker was one of her sales rep. And she decided to branch out on her own and do her own thing. And thank God she did, because she really turned it all the way up. You feel me? And after she made her first million, she expanded her business. She had sales agents all around the country. She had sales agents, and even in the islands, on the Caribbean islands, they was purchasing her product. She had it on Smash. All the Avon ladies that's out here going door to door back in the days when they used to do that jump off. Yeah, they got that from her, man. Mary Kay, Avon ladies that used to be knocking on your door trying to sell you that bullshit. They got all that game from her, man. She the pioneer of that shit, you dig? A black woman. You feel me? So we got to put more respect on black women's name. And ain't enough people really doing it, man. You dig? I don't know what's going on. I don't know because of social programming. I don't know maybe because of social media, but they really not putting enough respect on black women's name and the contribution they added to American society. You dig? They helped build this culture. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. Let's not shit on the black woman and forget their contribution and all the things they did. You dig? So we got to put the paint where it ain't. And I'm here. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I got a platform. I got an opportunity to speak. So we're going to uplift the people. I'm going to talk about the black woman and the black man, because we both are contributors to creating this thing of ours, man. Yeah, that black culture. You dig? So we got to really talk about it. Like they said, the first generation make the wealth. The second generation, they spend it. She had a daughter by the name of Alea. You know what I mean? She was doing her thing. Her daughter was fly. She wasn't like Madam C.J. Walker. She didn't come up from the struggle, you dig? She came up in, good times, you feel me? Her mother had money. With all the struggle going on in the world, Madam C.J. Walker her health started to slip away, you dig? And she passed away at 52 in 1919, left everything to her daughter. Of course, her daughter tried to expand the business, but her daughter liked to party and bullshit, you know what I mean? She was the life of the town. All of this was happening in Indianapolis. Yeah, Indianapolis, man, in the heart of the South. You dig? All of this was going down, and her daughter was, talk of the town. She was the life of the party. She was doing her thing. She had money. She had everything at her beck and call. She had everything she wanted, you dig? So, of course, she was living her life and enjoying every part of it. You know what I mean? We ain't knocking her for that. And she tried to expand the business, and she was doing her thing, but she ended up moving to New York because, you know what I mean, Indianapolis was too small for her. So she moved to New York, still operated the business in Indianapolis, and she even expanded, even went and got a club because she used to club so much. She loved going to clubs and partying, you know what I mean? Yeah, she was, you dig, outside before outside. She was the talk of the town. Everybody knew her from New York City to all the way to Indiana, to worldwide, Chicago, wherever you went in America, people knew Alea, Madam C.J. Walker's daughter, because she was the life of the party, and she was in the in crowd with all of the musicians of that time. And she had a big mansion because Madam C.J. Walker built a mansion in Irvington, New York. And she left all of that to her daughter. So her daughter used to have big parties at a mansion and had all of the, the in crowd come through to listen to all of the dope ass musician back in those days. You dig? All of the dope ass musician that you can think of, they was at her spot having those parties and having the time of their life. There was the party before the party. Like I said, she was outside before outside was even a thing, you dig? But eventually, all that playing and not really working, what's gonna happen. The money gonna run out. And once the money run out, she don't have that hustle and that drive like her mother did, because she didn't come up in poverty and she didn't want to hustle no more. So she ended up, she opened up a club, but that ended up closing, like I said again, because the fast money slowed up. This was in the Great Depression. Things started to really dried up, and she wasn't saving money. She was spending it as fast as it was coming in, and they was making a buku amount of money. You dig? They was really caking. They was really getting to it. You feel me? The mansion, they said, was like nothing they never seen before. And this was in the 15s, you dig? So you could imagine the type of money they was playing with, how their money was really stretching. But like I said, all good things come to an end. If you don't know how to save, and if you don't know how to diversify your portfolio, if you don't know how to invest your money, of course your money gonna eventually run out, because you're just gonna spend it. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You gotta find ways to invest your paper and put it in, situations where your money can make money for you. But she didn't do that. She didn't do that at all. She was having fun, like I said. She was partying. And anyway, she ended up passing away in 1930. You know what I mean? Probably around 1931. Don't quote me on that, but it's around that particular time. You feel me? She passed away, the business went down. And of course, like I said, the first generation make it, the second generation spends it. You know what I mean? And that was Madam C.J. Walker history. You feel me? But that teaches us a real lesson, man. It don't matter how much money you make, no matter how much money you earn. If you spending more than what's coming in, man, you can be broke again. You dig? It can happen to anybody. It happened to her. It can happen to you. So it's always best to find ways to put your money to work. You got to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I just wanted to put some paint where it ain't and let people understand that black women have contributed to our culture in a major way. You dig? And most people try to shit on black women and don't act like they really, you know what I mean? They not really it. You dig? But I'm here to give y'all a game, man, to keep it all the way 1,000, man. Black women are some of the illest species on the planet, and they can't be fucked with on no levels, man. You dig? I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care how many bad bitches y'all see in other races. Trust me, they all mimicking and copying black women, man. You dig? Black women are the standard. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. They are the standard. Everything else are just a carbon copy of a black woman. You feel me? Like I just told you, man. The first self-made millionaire in America was a black woman in the Jim Crow era, man. You dig? I don't care how many bad Spanish chicks, how many bad white chicks, how many bad Indian. I don't care what they got. You dig? Let's keep it all the way 1,000. Let's really put some paint where it ain't. You know what I mean? They all really a carbon copy of the black woman. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it all the way a buck, man. Everything you see them doing, they doing it because a black woman made it cool. They let you know what's out and what's in. They dictate what's hot and what's not, man. Now, don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. Most black women ain't easy to deal with. I'm gonna keep it 100. They not easy to deal with. They hard-headed. They stubborn like a bull. But once you get them, you got them. And they'll follow you to the end of the road if they really rocking with you, you dig? They on some Bonnie and Clyde type shit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all, man. They really will follow you to the end of the road, but they really gotta be rocking with you. They gotta believe in you. They gotta respect you as a leader. And some of y'all niggas ain't leaders, man. You know what I mean? Black women have bear the burdens of a lot of scars, and they still triumph against all odds, man. Like, think about it, man. Your favorite NBA players, your favorite NFL players, your favorite rappers and singers, they all was created by a black woman, man. You dig? All of them. Without a father in the house, they still gonna make a man out of a boy. They still gonna make a woman out of a girl. That's what they gonna do. That's in their blood. That's in their genes. They nurture us. A lot of times, men don't even be a part of these situations because they moving and grooving, doing what they doing. You dig? Trying to hustle and bustle. And the woman got to stand strong and hold it down. You know what I mean? Like I said again, man, some of your favorite NFL players and some of your favorite rappers, some of your favorite actors grew up with a single mom, man. No man in the house at all. You dig? And last but not least, man, on why black women are the most illest species in civilization is because they the mother of civilization, you dig? Yeah, man. Them and God are co-creators in this thing of ours, man. Yeah, the hand that rock the cradle rules the world, man. You dig? But all this social programming, all this social media, everything has made y'all forgot who y'all truly are. And y'all have lost the essence of what y'all all about and what y'all capable of, you dig? And we got to bring y'all back into remembrance. We got to bring y'all back to the essence. Yeah, man, you know, I'm just going to do what I do, man. You know what I mean? And just give y'all that message that can inspire y'all, you feel me? For some reason, man, a lot of y'all think I don't like black women. I don't know why y'all think that, man. I love black women, you dig? My mother's a black woman. Like I said, this episode is dedicated to her. She was a rider, man. And she lived her life on her terms, man. She did what she wanted to do when she wanted to do it, man. And that's where I got it from, you feel me? I do what I want to do when I want to do it. No questions asked, you feel me? And if you're not rocking with it, you know what I mean, feeling what I'm doing, then that's your business, man. You can keep it moving, keep it pushing, you dig? And that's how I live my life, and that's what's been working for me, man. It's Black History Month, so I got to keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all, man. You know, I got to make a confession, man. Like I said, I love them all, right? But anytime I ever dated a white woman, I ain't gonna front, man. I always thought about slavery. I've never dated a white woman and never thought about slavery, to keep it all the way 1,000 with you, man. Every time I dated a white woman, I thought about slavery. You feel me? Yeah, man. Know what I mean? I was thinking about all the things they forefathers did to my ancestors, man. So that got me pulling out the whips and chains on their ass, you dig? Yeah, I pull out the whips and chains on their ass, man. Yeah, BTA, man, belt to ass, you dig? But it's a different kind of torture I was giving them, man, you feel me? Yeah, I was asking them, what's my name, baby? Yeah, what's my name? You feel me? A different kind of torture, but I was thinking about my forefathers. I was really taking one for the team. Every time in my life I ever slept with a white woman, I thought about slavery. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. And when I'm dating a white woman, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I never lift a finger. Yeah, when I'm dating a white woman, I never lift a finger, man. Never in my life, man. I don't, listen, man, I could be standing right next to the fridge. I'm still gonna ask her to get me a bottle of water, man. You feel me? Yeah, I'm still gonna tell her, man, give me something to drink, man. I could be right next to the fridge because they gotta be on my beck and call anytime I need them, man. Anytime I want them to be on my beck and call, they gotta be there. They gotta be treating me like a king, man. If you dating a woman outside of your race and you ain't being treated like a king, she not cooking and cleaning, doing everything for you, and anything in between, man, listen, man, you doing yourself a disservice, man. I'm about to revoke your black card, you dig? You letting your blackness go to waste, man. You a black god, you should be treated as such, you dig? Most definitely. You should be treated as such. Anytime you go out of your race and you started to date someone else, out of your motherfucking tribe. Listen, man, you got to be treated like a king, man. If she going to be disrespecting you, misusing you, abusing you, don't appreciate you, you might as well go date a black woman, man. You might as well date someone in your race. You might as well deal with that shit from a black woman, not from nobody else out of your race, man. Some of you niggas be having these, you know, different ethnicities, women treating y'all like bullshit, man. Treating y'all like dogs, treating y'all like y'all ain't nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the gym the other day, you dig? And it shows you how prideful, white women and other women out of our race be so happy to have a black man is that I was in the gym, I saw this dude at the machine working out. His girl pull up. I think she was Latin. I don't know for sure. She had a fatty. I was checking her out before she even got close to him. I was checking out because she was, wearing something real tight and right. You dig? And she, went straight to him and, interrupt his workout. So I was like, okay, she probably know homeboy from somewhere anyway, right? So when they was talking, she just pulled the black dude closer to her and gave him a kiss. And this is in the gym where a bunch of niggas around. There's a lot of people around, you dig? And that's to show, she's claiming her territory. She's claiming a spot. I know why women do stuff like that, but that lets you know how prideful she feel to have a black man in her life. She'll kiss him in the front of anybody, not knowing that, black men, we don't really like to do that type of shit in public when we in these type of situations and environments. When we in the gym, I don't want you to kiss me. It's kind of like me going to school and I'm in the front of all my homeboys and my mom pull up at school and she giving me a kiss on the cheek or the kiss on the lip. I'm gonna feel a little embarrassed, you know what I mean? It's the same thing for me. If a woman kissed me in the gym amongst a bunch of women and a bunch of different men, I don't really like that public affection thing, you dig? Not in those environments. Maybe at dinner, maybe somewhere at a bar. But when I'm in the gym, I'm hot and I'm sweaty, I'm working out, I'm getting my set in. I don't need you to stop and give me no kiss, especially around all these bad chicks in here, especially around this environment. Come on, I really know you trying to claim your spot. We already know what you're trying to do. But that lets me know how prideful and how much pride she have in dating a black man. You feel me? And the reason I'm saying that is this: if you not dating a woman that is treating you like a black god, if you're not dating a woman outside of your race that's really holding you to a high standard, really holding you in high regards, that's really not catering to you, that's not really, stepping up all the way up and really doing the most for you, listen, man, it's time for you to switch teams, man. Time for you to get something else. Time for you to really find something that's going to appreciate your blackness, you dig? Most definitely, man. You're a black guy. You black. You got this melanin, man. That's black gold. You feel me? So you shouldn't expect or receive nothing less but high-class treatment, top-tier treatment, man. Anytime I've dated a woman outside of my race, I'm always expecting top-tier treatment. I don't expect nothing less. I don't settle for nothing less. If I am going to settle for anything, I'm going to settle for less from my black woman, not from somebody outside of my race, man. You dig? I was talking to my father the other day. I asked him, have you ever dated a white woman? He said, yeah, I dated a white woman before, but it was just, quick tag and that was it. I was hitting them one time and it's moving around. He said, I really like black women and I don't have nothing against white women. I still knock them down, but if I'm gonna date a white woman, they gotta be extremely beautiful. Extremely beautiful. And I feel him on that, man. I really felt him on that. If I'm dating a white woman, they gotta be extremely beautiful, man. They gotta be top tier. They gotta be super bad. You feel me? I seen another dude the other day with a white woman and she was about 300 pounds and he was about 120 soaking wet, you dig? And I really didn't understand that. You black god, you dating come on, man. Yeah, some of you dudes need to get your black card revoked, man. Some of you dudes out here walking around with monsters, man. Yeah, man, y'all walking around with monsters, man. You could do better, man. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have a little bit more self-respect. You got to have a little bit more self-confidence, you dig? You got to believe that you can do better. Even if you not the best looking man in the world, you might not have your money right. You might not be, as good looking as you want to be, man, but it is what it is. You got that melanin with you, man. So anytime you step to another woman outside of your race, listen, man, you got one up because you got that black melanin with you, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's going to go in your favor. Even if it don't go in your favor, you still winning, nigga. You a black guy. That's the mentality you got to have, man. So don't settle for nothing that ain't better than what you used to, man. Yeah, we got to step up our standards, man. That's why I want to inspire y'all into really doing your research on, black millionaires and some of our forefathers that came before us that really left the mark, man. You dig? Because that's going to give you that black pride. That black pride, that's going to empower you. That's what we lost. We lost that black pride. You know what I mean? That's what we really lost. We lost that black pride. I take pride in everything I do. Keep it 1,000 with you, man. Everything I do. That's why when I get on this mic, I'm always going to look my best. I'm always going to feel my best. I'm always going to smell my best. I'm always going to put on my best because I got pride in what I do. The quality is going to be top tier. The information is going to be top tier. The delivery is going to be top tier because I take pride in what I do. That's what we missing. We missing that black pride. Niggas is not putting pride into their work. You feel me? And you can see it. The customer can see it. The people that's watching can see it. Ain't no pride in what you do, man. Niggas is jumping on camera looking like, come here, let me fix you, man. Niggas is jumping on camera, not even brushing their teeth, not even, you know what I mean, brushing their hair. Niggas is coming on camera and they swag is not up to par, man. And wonder why they only getting 100 views. Wonder why people are really not tuning into them, man. We got to put more pride into the things we do. Even if you getting 1 million views, man, you still got to look your best. You still got to perform your best. You still got to make sure your quality is top tier. Even if you pulling out that bullshit and people are still tuning in and people are still vibing with your campaign, you got to reinvest that money to make sure you give them the best quality possible. If you working at a restaurant and you just a bus boy, you got to clean up like you the motherfucking manager, man. You got to work as hard as the person that own the spot. You feel me? You got to work as hard as the person that's the manager of the spot, you dig? If you just a person that's the janitor and that's cleaning up the back of the kitchen, man, you got to put your best effort in, you dig? You got to do it with pride. If you work at a beauty salon, if you work at a barbershop, man, you got to do it with pride. You got to make sure do your best work every day, not just when you feel good, not just on one day. Every day you got to always do your best. Always put your best foot forward, you dig? That's what's going to build us up. We got to always remember, we got to have that black pride in ourselves. That's why you got to watch people like Marcus Garvey. You got to watch people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, rest in peace. You got to watch these people like Obama because you can see black pride all inside of them. That's why they was able to overcome all the obstacles they was facing and the times that they was facing it because they had that black pride with them, you dig? And they took God with them on that journey. So we got to always remember that. We got to instill that black pride in us because we forgot where we came from. You got to understand, Tulsa, Oklahoma, man, Black Wall Street. We was really doing it big. We had our own banks. We had our own schools. We had our own shopping centers. We had our own movie theaters. We had our own bus line because we had that black pride. We was out there doing it for ourselves, you dig? In a Jim Crow era, man. You feel me? We was putting boot to ass and they was jealous because we was really kicking their ass in business, you dig? And they bombed Black Wall Street, you dig? And they made it hard for us to get insurance so we could rebuild. But you got to understand, we can't cry about spilled milk. That already happened. It is what it is. But we got to rebuild now. We got to instill that black pride in us, and we got to keep on moving forward, and we got to find a way to figure this shit out, man. Yeah, we at the end of the race. Yeah, we at the bottom of the totem pole. But listen, we still on top because we got that black gold. We got that melanin. They can't stop that. They can't take that away from us, man. That's what they want, you dig? They can't take that away from us. They can never get that black melanin. Anytime that you wake up and you still got this black melanin, trust me, you doing good, man. You doing better than most, you feel me? Because that gonna take you to where you need to be because that's a stronger connection to God. When you got that blackness inside you, man, that blackness in the space and it's in the sky, you connected to that on a whole different frequency, on a whole level they can't even understand, but they trying to figure it out. But you gotta understand, you could use it to your benefit. You could use it to your benefit, you dig? You know what I mean? Yeah, so we got to always keep that black pride inside of us. Don't forget where we came from. Understand that we've built before, we can build again. And this was in a time, like I said, Jim Crow era. People was fresh out of slavery. They didn't have technology that we got right now. Nah, they didn't have the technology we got right now, man. They didn't have the things that we have right now, but they made it happen. So it was no excuses. It's no excuses. There should be no reason why you're not a billionaire. There should be no reason why I'm not a billionaire. There should be no reason why we don't own our own network. It should be no reason why we don't own our own record labels and have our own streaming system. It should be no reason, man. We got to focus and fall back on doing the things that they want us to do. We need to do the things that we need to do to uplift and build ourselves up. You know what I mean? That's how we got to do it. And even if we got to start off from ground zero, zero. Even if we got to start off from ground zero and start selling our music hand in hand, selling our books hand in hand, we got to start doing our things hand in hand. We got to do that. Yeah, man, it don't matter if we got to start off from ground zero, but we got to do that, man. You dig? Yeah, we got to lock in. We really, really got to lock in, and we got to start from ground zero and really get it out the mud like we always scream and we always say. People always say, man, I get it out the mud, I get it out the mud. But we got to start really getting it out the mud, man, if we really trying to close this financial gap. Because trust me, it's a big gap, man. We at the bottom of the totem pole. We really got to get back to the guerrilla marketing, you dig? Like I said, Madam C.J. Walker got it out the mud for real. $2 in a dream. You feel me? She went door to door, hand in hand, sell her products until she made it to a multi-millionaire back in the days when we really didn't have nothing, man. Now we got a little bit more than we ever had, you dig? We got a little bit more than we ever had, and we still at the bottom of the totem pole. That's because we lost our way and we forgot who we are. We lost that black pride. We lost that, man. We got to get it back. You feel me? It can be rekindled. It can be resparked. It can be replenished. You dig? We got to get that black pride back. We got to remember who we are as black people. You dig? Like I said, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the Black Panthers, and all these great men, they did a lot of great things at a young age, man. At a young age, because they had that black pride and they wanted the whole community to be uplifted. They wasn't about self. Right now, we in a selfish era. This is what we in right now. We in a selfish era. All the people that's making money, they making money and they thinking about themselves. They not thinking about the whole culture. They not thinking about the whole tribe. They not thinking about all the people that's in the community that's suffering, that's doing bad, and that's not really in the best position. You dig? But we got to start thinking about them, and we got to start understanding that there's money in those environments as well. But we got to take pride in our businesses. We got to take pride in our barbershops. We got to take pride in our salons. So when people walk into our establishment, they feel good about spending money with us because we put the money and time and effort to making our place look good, and we got great customer service. That's one of the things we lacking in, customer service. Customer service is very important. That's what makes a person want to come back and shop with you again and again and again, having good customer service. Even if your product is not the best, if you got good customer service and everything is moving right and the vibration and the feng shui is good inside of the environment, people want to come back and revisit your shop, revisit your barber shop, revisit your beauty salon, revisit your nail shop, because you got good customer service. We can't be having attitudes when we trying to build our businesses, you dig? We got to be able to serve our customers at the best of our ability. I fall short sometime as well. Even though I'm aware of this, I fall short, but I try my best to make sure to give them the best experience possible. Now, you may not succeed all the time, but at least you're trying your best, and you got to keep that in mind. We got to have this black pride in everything we do. We can't cut corners. We can't shorten. We can't try to do things half-ass. We got to really put all of our effort into it, you dig? And I also want to touch on racism. Now, let me explain this real quick. Racism. A black person in America can never be a racist, you dig? Off top. I like Dick Gregory's definition of racism or racist. He said, racism is the ability to dictate the fate or the destiny of someone else. I'm gonna break that down again. He said, Dick Gregory, definition of racist is the ability to dictate someone's destiny and fate. A black person in America does not have the capability to dictate someone's destiny and fate. Nah, you dig? No matter how much you could hate someone else, you don't have the ability to dictate where their kids go to school at. You don't have the ability to dictate what area they live in. Black people don't have that type of control. We don't have that capability, you dig? To be a racist, you gotta have the capability to dictate someone's destiny. So a black person could never be a racist. I wanna just set the record straight real quick, because a lot of times black people always scream that, we could be racist as well. We could never be racist, you dig? Because we don't have the ability to dictate someone's destiny and fate. We have to live in a certain area to really have our kids to go to a good school based on the area we live in, right? So we don't have the capability to be a racist. We can be prejudiced. You know what I mean? We can be prejudiced against somebody else, but that's about it. But we don't have the capability or the power to dictate what happens in their particular neighborhood. We have no power whatsoever when it comes to things like that. So black people really can't be racist, you know what I mean? We can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist because we have no control. I just want to get that one off real quick to let people understand that, you know what I mean? You can be prejudiced, but you can't be racist because you don't have the power to be racist. It takes power to be racist, you dig? And right now we have no power. So the purpose of this whole video is to empower you. The purpose of this whole video is to let you know that, listen, man, take pride in yourself. Take pride in your blackness. Understand who you are. You a black God. Don't settle for less. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody give you anything less, you dig? And do me a favor, you feel me? Right now, I need you to do this, a little bit of homework for you, man. I need you to write down all the things you're doing wrong, man. Yeah, write down all the things right now that you're doing wrong, because I know you're doing some things wrong. You started off the year right, but then for some reason, you just, you know what I mean? You got off the wagon, you dig? But you got to jump back on the horse, man. You got to get back on it, you dig? But write down everything you're doing wrong and make a decision to change it one by one. That's your homework. I want you to write down everything you're doing wrong and also find 30 minutes for yourself. Find 30 minutes of silence. Throughout the 24 hours of your day, find 30 minutes where you can just be in silence and be by yourself and woosah and just let your mind be free of everything, all the noise. This your homework. This is gonna clear your mind. You gotta find time to clear your mind. There's a lot that's weighing on your mind. There's a lot on your shoulders, a lot of burdens you carrying. Find 30 minutes just to clear your mind. Your baby mama getting on your nerve. This person asking for the rent and you ain't got the money. You know what I mean? It's getting hot. Summertime coming up and your money ain't looking funny. You really ain't got things really lined up the way you want it to be lined up. Your year ain't moving right. Find 30 minutes to clear your mind and think about nothing, you dig? And also, man, like I said again, write down all the things you're doing wrong and make a decision to change it all, man. Because only you're going to be able to do that, you dig? If you want things in your life to change, you got to change things in your life. Nobody else is coming to do it for you. And the reason why I need you to find 30 minutes to be in silence is because your mind is going to come up with ideas and things that you need to be doing that's going to help you to get to your goals and the things that you want, you dig? So you got to find time to just think, you dig? Got to find time to think, man. You dig? Because if you continue to think like you've always thought, you continue to get what you've always got. Understand that, you dig? I'm going to say that again. If you continue to think like you've always thought, you continue to get what you've always got. So you have to change your way of thinking. But the only way you're going to do that, if you know what you're doing wrong and you find time for yourself to clear your mind and think about the things you truly want. You feel me? So this is what it's all about, man. Black pride and giving women the respect they deserve, because at the end of the day, women have paved the way. Who you think was marching with Martin Luther King Jr. when he was out there, you know what I mean, in Atlanta and Alabama, man? Women, man, black women. You dig? All the man was going to work. Yeah, they had to go to work and pay the bills, man. Black women, man, was out there marching with Martin Luther King, man, holding it down, you dig? Like I told you, man, black women are riders. They'll ride with you till the wheels fall off. If they believe in your vision, if they believe in your dreams, if they believe in your leadership, they'll ride with you to the end of the world, man. You feel me? That's who was riding with Martin Luther King Jr., man. Black women, man. Ain't nobody else. The black man was out there, a few of them, but most of them was going to work, man. Handling business, making sure to keep that money coming in. And that's another thing, too. Madam C.J. Walker was one of the first philanthropists that was helping in the civil rights movement, man. Know what I'm saying? Her money was helping in the civil rights movement. You dig? She was helping pushing humanity forward. She was helping push black people forward. Also, Anna, you know what I mean? Anna Woodland was doing the same thing. They always invested in black culture and pushing that whole narrative, trying to free as much black people as possible, man. You dig? So we got to remember that when they got their money, they didn't just run and hide and just, you know what I mean, move in the suburban area and forget about the neighborhood. They was putting money back in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Uplifting the neighborhoods, man. So we got to stop this selfish mentality and understand that we have to also help those in need that are at the bottom. You dig? We can't forget about them once we get our money, you know what I mean? And we go moving in the white area and thinking we all Gucci and we all gravy just because we don't have to deal with some of the things they deal with. We got to remember where we came from and understand that there's more people at the bottom. So we can't leave them there. We got to make sure, be able to pull them back up with us. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got to make sure to go back and pull them up with us, man. So I'm trying to do it on my level, but I'm only one man. But I'm here to just empower y'all with my words, with the power of speech, and give y'all some of that inspiration that can put y'all in remembrance so y'all can take it back to the essence, man. And that's what black women need to do, because that's what we lost. We lost that black pride, because back in the days, man, they used to dress in suits. You know what I'm saying? Just go into the corner store. Just moving through day to day. They were dressing in suits, man. They ain't really had no money like that, but their fashion was always up to par. They always had nice cars and nice suits, man. You feel me? You dig? And who didn't have a car, they always looked their best. They always had that black pride, even though their money was funny, you feel me? Now, we lost that. Niggas is walking around with they fucking pants down on their ass, you know what I mean? They sneakers dirty, they not combing their hair, they not looking their best, you dig? Niggas lost their black pride, man. You know what I mean? You don't gotta wear a suit or nothing like that, because that ain't the fashion for right now. That might not be the swag for right now, but you gotta look your best. You can't be wearing shit that you had from 5 years ago, man. You gotta make sure, put pride into your fashion and what you put on, man. Change that shit up, man. Invest in your look, because your look is the hook, man. Don't let your appearance block your blessing, you dig? Because a person can look at you and really judge you from, you know what I mean, the way you look, man. They do judge a book by its cover, you dig? Most definitely. So you got to make sure your cover look the best. So yeah, put some pride into how you look. Put some pride in what you wear. Put some pride in what you smell like, you feel me? Make sure, like I said again, you brush your hair, brush your teeth before you get on the gram and do anything else, man. You dig? Most of y'all niggas be doing that, man, in women's faces and ain't even brush your teeth, man. You know what I mean? You on the gram before you even took a shower for the day, man. We got to really put more pride in how we moving out here in these streets, you dig? Like I said again, back in the Jim Crow era, man, they ain't really had no money. They ain't really had much, you dig? But they put pride in their fashion and how they look, man. Niggas was coming out, stepping out in 3-piece suits, man. You can't get a nigga, you got a motherfucking twist a nigga arm to put on a suit now, man. You got to twist a nigga arm to put on a tie now, man. Because this is a different time now we live in, you feel me? Niggas feel uncomfortable looking their best. I don't know what's really wrong with them, you feel me? But I was like you back in the days, young, dumb, and full of cum, didn't really know much. You know what I mean? Tell somebody I had to pull my coat and give me some game. But I took heed, you feel me? Yeah, when they gave me the game, I took heed. A lot of y'all niggas ain't taking heed, man. I'm giving y'all a game, and y'all not taking heed, man. Switch it up, man. Switch it up. I'm telling y'all right now, if you want things in your life to change, you gotta switch it up. You gotta change things in your life. You dig? Yeah, man. Yeah, I want y'all to understand that, man. Through your mindset. It's more than a lifestyle, it's a mindset. You dig? It's more than a lifestyle, it's a mindset. And that's why I do what I do when I do what I does. My mindset has changed. My mindset has shifted. That's why I'm doing this podcast, so I can uplift my people and give them the game that I never got when I was younger, you dig? You feel me? So I want to give y'all a sense of black pride, you dig? But before I go, there's a few millionaires that I want y'all to know, man. Do your research on Madam C.J. Walker, you dig? That's number 1. Number 2, do your research on Anna Malone. Number 3, do your research on A.G. Gaston. Number 4, O.W. Gurley. Number 5, Biddy Mason. Number 6, Mary Ellen Pleasant. Number 7, Robert Reed Church, man. Do your research on these great black men and women that really push the culture forward, that really stand for something, that really got it out the mud, that was really all about black pride. We can't forget where we came from. Like I said again, we had our own bus line. We had our own movie theater. We were shooting our own movies, black movies. Yeah, you gotta believe it, man. We was doing all that. We had our own beauty salon, own barbershops. Listen, man, we was really doing it, man. On a major level. On a major level, man. You dig? They knock us off our pedestal and we never got back up. It's time for us to get back up, man. Time to take it back to the essence. It's yours truly, LikquidCash, man. Y'all know what it is, man. If you don't remember nothing I say, remember this, man. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Cheers. none of what you hear and half of what you see. Them hating assholes telling lies on me. What they doing ain't surprising, now they got you home crying. Told you long time ago you need to stop socializing. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Them hating assholes telling lies on me. What they doing ain't surprising, now they got you home crying. Told you long time ago you need to stop socializing. You know I love you like cook food.